I'm so impressed that I've managed a full 7 days of vlogging and I've kept up to date with editing. I was so tempted to not vlog today. It's actually quite late. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. It's Sunday today. Once again, so tired. We are going through it with Ottilie at the minute in terms of night. She's just cluster feeding every night. She's definitely going through a growth spurt, so I'm really hoping and praying it slows down soon because your girl is tired. But we've spent the morning at church and then we've just been chilling this afternoon. But soon I'm going to take the girls to Wild Church at our village church. They do it once a month and they really love it. Normally Joe takes them, or he has been doing with me being pregnant and then having Ottilie. But I really fancy taking them today. I think they're making a Christingle, I want to say. I just thought it'd be nice to go. I'm going to meet my mother-in-law and my nieces there as well because they live in the same village. And I'm actually going to leave Ottilie here. First time I'll have gone anywhere without her. So I'm going to give her a feed in a minute and that should see her through. It's only about an hour Wild Church. And worst come to worst, Joe can just ring me and I can like rush home and give her a feed. It's only like 5-minute walk away. So that's the plan. I'm going to bring you along and I think it's going to be really lovely and Christmassy and festive. So we took a stroll down. The girls wanted to go on their scooter. It was actually quite a nice afternoon. It was quite nippy but nice and wintry. I made sure we wrapped up warm because I wasn't sure if it would be indoors or outdoors. Usually it's outdoors, hence the name Wild Church, but with it being winter and getting dark so early, I wasn't sure where it would be. Turns out it was indoors. When we got to the church, I actually knew quite a few people there from Sophia's school. It's been really nice. We've made quite a lot of nice new friends and I've made some new like mum friends. And the first thing they did was sit down and read the Christmas story to the children and then asked a few questions at the end, which was nice. And they also went through what each part of the Christingle represents. We all sat and made the Christingle. They had plenty of things for people to make them with. Amelia just really enjoyed eating the sweets from it, to be honest, and instead of 4 sticks she wanted 6, but you know what, we'll go with it. She's only 3. Once everyone had made the Christingle, we lit them, which gave me a heart attack. I thought Sophia's hair was gonna burn off, and we sang a Christingle song, and then we went outside to roast marshmallows, and look how beautiful the sky is. It was so wholesome and wonderful. It just warmed my heart and it made me feel so festive and Christmassy. Once everyone had roasted their marshmallows, we went back inside for hot dogs and a hot chocolate, and then we took a nice stroll home and looked at all the Christmas lights on the houses. It was such a lovely time. I hope this is not too dark, but Wild Church was so lovely, so much fun, really enjoyed it. We've got our Christingles with us, or their mimes. Looking a bit bare, all the sweets have gone. When we came home, we just had tea, tidied up a bit, and then I did do a little evening reset. So I'm gonna insert that footage here and I'll put a little voiceover explaining what I've done. Started off by giving everywhere a quick hoover, and this playroom really needed it because it gets a bit battered, this floor, with Rosie going in and out the back door all the time. But earlier on in the day I did manage to tidy up the floor because there was toys everywhere. Then I moved on to the living room. Again, it just needed a good hoover. The floors are getting so battered this winter, I think because we're just in and out with the pushchair and now we do the school run. It's so hard to keep everywhere clean, and as much as I try, sometimes the girls run in and go straight into the living room with their shoes on, which really winds me up because I just like shoes off at the door as soon as we get in the house. I just really hate the thought of the outside being tracked on the inside, and especially if you don't know what kids standing. Anyway, I just wanted to give everywhere a hoover up, a tidy up and a little freshen up so that this space was nice and reset for us to relax in the evening. And then onto the hallway and stairs. Again, this is another space that gets a little bit battered this time of year. We're in and out it all the time, the dog's tracking things in, and as you can see, the stairs become a dumping ground. When it gets really bad, I do try and take like 1 or 2 things up each time I go upstairs, but I just decided just to scoop it all up, put it at the top of the stairs, hoover the stairs and deal with the mess afterwards. I had also washed and dried mine and Joe's bed sheets. I did the girls the day before and I did mine today. I do like to do it every week. I don't always do our duvet covers, to be honest, because we do have a top sheet, so I tend to wash the duvet covers once a month or
earlier if they need it, and Ottilie had a weed on our bed. She has this habit of, when you take the nappy off, having a little fresh air wee, so it definitely needed a wash. And like I said, I did the girls yesterday, so we've all got clean bedding on now. Now while I was doing all of this, Joe was starting to do the bedtime routine, and I will say it was a pretty rough bedtime today. Ottilie was so overtired. I don't know what had happened. I just don't think she'd had enough naps in the day. I think with me leaving her, and I know her really well, I know all of her cues, I don't think she'd had a long enough nap in the afternoon. So you can see Joe rocking her about there, because every time we put her down, she was not having it. Anyway, once I made the beds, I just popped the other bits away. So if you've been watching my Vlogmas, you'll know that I'm trying to stay on top of the washing by only doing a new wash load as soon as I put the other away. I love an American YouTuber called Blair Lamb. I've watched her for years, and she did a video not long ago about keeping calm in the overwhelm, or something about that. Anyway, one of the things she mentioned was to always do a full wash cycle before you start another one, and that has really helped me this week. So I will put a wash load on in the evening, put it in the dryer in the morning, or put it on the clothes horse to dry, and then put it away that day before I start a new wash load that evening. That way I have found that even just this week, I haven't had clothes and clean washing piling up, because I'm okay doing the actual washing, it's just putting it away that I find difficult. So that is a great tip, and I do highly recommend watching Blair Lamb. I think if you like my channel, you'll like hers even more. Anyway, then it was on to clearing up after dinner. Joe had made some delicious southern fried chicken burgers and chips. He's a very good cook. He's also a very messy cook, so it does take a lot of tidying up. Some days I will do the bedtime, but some days if I don't fancy it, if I'm a bit touched out and overwhelmed, I will stick a podcast on and do the tidying up downstairs. Joe always gives me the choice. He's happy to do whatever. He just lets me decide depending on what I need that day. I was listening to a podcast documentary about the Ruby Frankie case. It's so harrowing. I'd never heard of them until it all kicked off on TikTok. Like last year, was it, when it all came out about how she'd been treating her children. It was a hard listen, the podcast, to be honest. They had 8 or 9 episodes or something. I think I've still got one left to finish, but it was really interesting and fascinating how it all unravelled, and I just pray for those children and pray that they are in a much better and safer place right now. So my system when the kitchen is super messy is to open the dishwasher, put as many plates and pots in the dishwasher as I can, and then wash up any of the plates and pots that need washing up by hand. Then I kind of tidy each area up, so put anything back in the cupboard that needs it, make sure the dining table is tidy, and then I start spraying down and wiping the surfaces. Then when that's done, I will move on to hoovering the floors and giving them a quick mop. I didn't actually get time to finish this tonight, and that is because Amelia came down and was really upset, and I kind of got interrupted, and I ended up going and laying down with her, and by the time I'd got her settled and Ottilie, who was beside herself, settled, it was just too late.
So I did get interrupted because honestly that bedtime was very chaotic. I think Amelia was overtired. Sophia's got this thing about the police getting her. She always mentions it, so she keeps shouting down about the police. And then Ottilie has been so overtired to the point where she wouldn't even have milk. It just all got messed up. I think her nap times, and because Joe was cooking when I was at Wild Church, she didn't get a good nap, so she's just not had any long naps today. She's just cat napped all day. I think after Christmas I'm gonna really try and get her in a routine, but there's just no point before Christmas because she's gonna get disturbed anyway. So I've ended up pumping, because she would take her dummy. She has the man dummies, and we have the man bottles, so I thought I'm just gonna have to pump, and I pumped nearly 7 ounces, so I was definitely needing it. So hopefully she will take a bottle, but she's just past it, past the point now. She was just hysterical. But I'm gonna go for a shower and probably get an early night now that Joe's given her a bottle, because I am tired. It's only, what time is it? It's 7:34. I did just finish quickly hoovering. I've not mopped. I'll do that tomorrow, just do a quick mop tomorrow, but everywhere's pretty much tidy. I'm just gonna probably clean out these bottles of milk from the girls and my pump, and then head up. Final week of school runs before the holidays. We've got 3 days of school runs left. Joe's got 4 days left, and then we're free. Thank you for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you tomorrow, and it's a mummy and Mimi day because she is not at nursery, so we're going to do some nice things, nice Christmassy things, and really get in the spirit of it.